What's going on, y'all? So, yeah, streetcar didn't pan out. I started filming a vlog, redid the front end, took it for a test drive, clutch is blown, got discouraged, want to enjoy the rest of my day, so just walked inside. But streetcar wise, ended up doing a little trade, and Conrad's going to be dropping that off tomorrow. So it's interesting. It's a Japanese car, smaller version of something that I used to own. I'm actually pretty excited about it. But yeah, for now, this is my priority. Got to get the tow rig up and running. Typical 7.3 OBS, been sitting for a couple of years. Probably never seen it before, unless you watch some of our old stuff from like 6 years ago, probably even longer than that. So, all right, enjoy the ride. Went with a bigger glow plug relay. Thing hasn't started in a while, so I was like, let's just send her to the moon, you know? I'll do a side-by-side comparison, but yeah, this one significantly bigger. I just gotta figure out what fucking size bolts these are. I'm just gonna throw in a little feely filter. I ain't got shit organized. Old one, stock from factory. New one. The guy she tells you not to worry about. You. I already got that on. It's time to switch that out because we're going to be trying to start this thing. And then I'm going to throw some batteries and try and crank her over. But yeah, 3 years sitting over here. This little critter's made a whole home. Whole home. So I think last time I did that, I probably did it with like a flat head and a little hammer. But let me tell you, fucking actual pry bar, fucking dead blow, fucking 2-second job. Gnarly. Yeah, so. All right, let's throw the batteries in here and see what happens. All right, well, pop some batteries in. I don't have much faith here, but
3 hours later.
all right, well, I told you guys Conrad's going to be making a delivery. I made a trade. I traded my Xterra with my buddy Jarrett. And, well, I traded... He's how I got this car. It was a complicated trade, but it doesn't matter because now I am the proud owner of a 1995 Mazda motherfucking Miata. So the car is actually stupid fucking clean, as you can see. Already has a hard top and everything, minus the glass and a little bruising there, but I think I can clean that up pretty well since I'm on a learning how to fix bodywork journey. And probably they sell like Lexan one of these for like 200 something bucks on like eBay. You know, just for right now. I think like the actual glass is like $500, and that's a little bit out of my budget. For this, because this is going to be the new daily. This is going to be the car that I am driving over 100 miles a day. I needed something that is more fuel efficient than that thing. Yeah, as you can see, more things were done to it. You'll have to check out Conrad's vlog for that. But yeah, so this is going to be the new A to B car, but you know, it's still a project car. There was a crank no start condition about a couple of years ago. He did a bunch of things to it to verify it, and then he compression tested, and the compression test did not come back the best. So I'm going to be doing my due diligence, checking fuel, spark, making sure all that's good. Also going to be putting the cam sensor in, crank sensor that I got from it, that I got for it. I also got a brand new battery because this thing's been sitting for a couple of years. So yeah, last you guys saw, I was working on the diesel. That needs to get the tanks drained. It's yeah, I got a bunch of projects, not enough time, so hang out with me while I try to fix everything I own. All right, new battery in. We got lights. Huh. It's so tiny. Huh. Interesting, all right. Honestly, sounds pretty fucking healthy, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited at how healthy that sounds, which could mean anything. Hold on, let me. So usually when that doesn't balance, oh, look at building oil pressure. Huh. This is going to be interesting. So we're getting a good oil pressure reading. Huh. Okay. I'm kind of excited. So as I was coming around to check to see where we could spray some ether, this thing is gushing out fuel. So, yeah, I got to figure out where that's coming from. And then hopefully don't blow myself up. So, this could be an interesting episode. So, thankfully, to my absolutely wonderful detective skills, yeah, that thing had just broke off. Found it like laying under there. So, yeah, apparently you got to hook your fuel lines up to your fuel rail. But I also noticed this thing's kind of seeping down here. So, probably going to pull this off, cut off both ends, reattach it. This one also does not seem like it's doing very well, but so here's my beef with tiny little Japanese cars, is that everything on them are tiny and compact, and you can't get your fucking hands anywhere. And when you put in, you know, your fuel line under your intake manifold, so you get no leverage to put on a new hose, like, how is that not infuriating? What the heck, y'all? Do better. I mean, this is 30 years ago, but I hope you guys did better. Alrighty, so first problem we got to fix. These injectors are not firing. We are getting fuel to the fuel rail, obviously, when it leaked everywhere. And it was gushing out. I had somebody crank it while I was out here, and it was... So yeah, these bad boys are not firing off. So now I got to do my research, see if it's anything to do with that regulator. Or one of these. It's like, if you look, there's a hole in the side of the fucking fuel injector relay. So, who knows? Maybe that's it. But, getting close, I think. I don't know. We're finding problems, we're fixing problems. Creating more problems. Okay, so, we put in the new CAS. I don't know, I'm not feeling too faithful in this, but I'm going to try and crank it over, see if we can at least get these things to start. Because apparently if that's not working, this won't work. And if this don't work, that won't work. And if that won't work, that doesn't work. So, Troubleshooting! Yay! Alright, so let's let it rip. Put you on the tack, because apparently if this thing, if it starts bouncing up and down, that means we have good signal. Probably should have tested that before taking out the old one, but here we go. Let's see if we get some injectors. All right, so that's not bouncing. Huh. Love that the clutch switch is still in this. I don't think we got any fuel spray. Yeah, I can't really tell. Gonna have to go check. Well, as you can see, nothing fired off in our tray. That relay for sure is bad because that also ties in with the fans. And when I jump it with a wire, the fans kick on with this relay. It does not kick the fans on. So, back to the drawing board. I think I'm at the point where I have to go get a test light and a multimeter. Also want to look more into the fuel pressure regulator. I find that weird that it's, I don't know. Just never had a car that the injectors didn't fire off like this. So, troubleshooting. Whoop. Alright, so I went down to the old Napa store, bought the cheapest test light and multimeter I could find, because I think this is going to be an electrical issue. So yeah, I don't even know. I think I got to check if we're getting power to the injectors, all that jazz, which is going to be hard because this relay is pretty important and I can't get that relay till tomorrow. So, but anyways, I'm just going to jump this and, yeah, keep trying to diagnose this little thing. Got to get her going. That way I have a little putz around the car, but we'll see. We're trucking along. Also went and got some gas because, like, how embarrassing would that be? If I did all this work and all I really needed was some gas. So I'm going to toss that in there, test it, which I don't think that's going to be the issue, but better safe than sorry. And then, yeah, it's a little warm out, but got this little AC machine and does wonders. Yeah. Okay, so here's where we're at. We are getting 12 volts to the injectors. However, the trigger signal from the ECU to here is not triggering, so therefore it is not sending the signal to skeet, you know what I mean? So now I have to go through and see if we have any ground issues or anything, but honestly it kind of seems like it's coming down to an ECM issue, which when I originally traded the car I was thinking it was going to be like a whole motor. So I'm actually kind of pleased that it is an ECU. Hopefully we can find one relatively easily in town, if not from like Flagship, eBay or something like that. So super excited that we're getting there. I'm super out of my depth. I always have Conrad do all the electrical stuff, but obviously with us living in different cities, it's hard for him to ask him to come out here and help me diagnose a fucking Miata issue. So I'm learning against my will, but we're getting somewhere. I'm actually super stoked right now. I actually feel like I'm getting a lot farther, more than any Nissan, you know. Maybe I'm a Mazda guy now. Who knows, but making progress. All right, so where we're at with the straight Miata is yeah, just testing out a bunch of bullshit. ECM seems to be okay, even though we just currently thought that it wasn't okay. We've been out here for probably 9 hours now. Maybe a grounding issue, but I'm gonna see if I can find a cheap ECM in town, plug it in, see if that works. But yeah, it is a small Japanese car thing. So here's to having multiple vehicles with crank no start issues, and I can't figure out any of them. So yeah, welcome to Mikey's garage.